Who is the married man that's having an affair? Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne, where I did one called The Other Woman. And I've done a couple on this subject. And who is the other woman? Well, just who is the married man who's having the affair? You know, because it takes two people to tango. And it's a delicate subject, you know, and there's a lot of reasons why people have affairs, but affairs is basically cheating because usually the spouse that's not cheating doesn't know about it. So who is the married man? You know, having talked about the other woman and why other women get into relationships, I'm now talking about why married men get into a relationship. It can be for a lot of reasons. It could be that they're unhappy, truly unhappy at home. Maybe they got into a wrong marriage, or it could just mean that they want their cake and eat it too. And most often that's the situation. They want their cake and eat it too. They have no intention of leaving their wife. They just want a side dish. They want something fun. But often married men get drawn in by the other woman, and the other woman often has that power and that control. They build a relationship somewhere along the line, and often that other woman is very coy and kind of pulls that married man in, and before he knows that he's in a relationship. And when people work closely together, often that can pull people into a relationship. I'm not saying everybody that works closely together has an affair. I'm just saying it can happen, and that's often where affairs start. But affairs can really start anywhere. And so a married man, when a married man has an affair, he's basically cheating on his wife, cheating on his children, cheating on his family. And often it can end up not good at all. We've watched movies where it becomes completely out of hand, and bad things can happen. But often a married man just simply is, you know, we've been married. Maybe the wife, you know, is always tired because she's been taking care of the kids all day. The married man is expecting perfection, and he's not getting it. Well, no one can live up to perfection. When we're married to somebody, we see them as they really are. And when you're just going with somebody, you only see the superficial. You only get the icing on the cake. And so sometimes people think that there's something wrong with their marriage when there's not. And yes, it is important to constantly invest positive energy on both ends, the husband and the wife, into a marriage. You know, people often do things in their marriage that drive their spouse to have an affair. And I'm not blaming the person who, you know, the spouse that's not having the affair, because, you know, the person who's having the affair needs to address the issues, or the person who's thinking about having the affair needs to address the issues. So there's a lot of reasons why people, men have affairs. Sometimes they don't feel like they're getting their needs met at home, so they go elsewhere. Often they love their wife, but they just want something on the side, something different. They want to fool around. Some men are chronic cheaters. Some men are not chronic cheaters. I do believe that a marriage can be saved after cheating has taken place if that person's truly remorseful and never going to do it again. But if they're a chronic cheater, they're likely going to cheat at any opportunity that they can. And so, you know, it takes two to tango. It takes the other woman, it takes the married man, or the married woman and the, you know, single man, or however, or two married people, whatever the situation is. There's a lot of times married people go with other married people. And so it usually leads to heartbreak at some level for someone, and broken trust, and it never leads to anything good. It can be repaired, but it'll never be exactly the same. Some marriages, I guess, could even be better after they've gone through something like that, because now they're dealing with issues that they hadn't dealt with before. But that's pretty rare. I mean, it can happen, but most of the time, broken trust is broken trust. You never reestablish trust. You go on with the relationship. You love again. You may have a great relationship, but you always remember that what was done. And so, if you're thinking about an affair, I think you need to really think twice, many times, and put the brakes on it, because it's not going to lead to anywhere good. It's better for you to address your problems to the best of your ability in your marriage. Some marriages weren't meant to be, and maybe they should have not been from the get-go, and that's why people find themselves in a marriage that is not right, and then they go have an affair. Other times, the pressures of being in a marriage, bills, responsibility, kids, all of that, push people to want to live a different, separate life without ending that particular life. So they want to have both. And but I can tell you, affairs bring heartbreak. It really does. It brings heartbreak and broken trust, and it can bring a lot of complications that people did not expect on all kinds of ends. And in a sense, that other woman doesn't think enough of herself to go find a right single guy. Maybe she says, oh, there's no single guys out there, so I'll have a married guy. Maybe he'll end up divorcing his wife. That rarely happens. It does happen, but then do you want a guy who's going to have cheated with you? I mean, because he probably will consider cheating with someone else, and then you've got a complicated life because now you have all this baggage coming in. So go find yourself a single person. If you're a single person, stay away from married people. If you're a married person and you're that unhappy, then maybe consider counseling, or, maybe, you might want to not, continue on being married, but whatever you do, don't start the cheating, because cheating doesn't lead to anywhere nice or anywhere good. Try to repair your marriage. Try to make your marriage great, if at all possible, if it's the right relationship from the beginning. Okay? From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.